Today we have discussed in paper number third unit first for the op-amp circuit design and the selections of amplifier design specifications of the simple operational amplifier. Now first we will discuss the what is the amplifiers and these applications of this amplifier. The amplifier, it is basically it is a principle of amplifier and component values. It is suited for the particular applications or performance requirements of that applications. This we describes the amplifier and the practical points of the are very important of this amplifier. It is a designing and using the operational circuits of amplifiers. Now first we will discuss the what is the amplifier or what is the definitions of operational amplifier is the one of the applications. It is the most process that is the input to the analog and digital. It is converted to the some following processes of the amplification process. Now the amplifiers, it is interfacing with the amplifiers, digital to analog converters, analog or digital to analog to digital converter. This is the main types of amplifiers. Now amplifiers is the types of uh, task of selecting one is complicated by the task, lack of standardized methods, and the classification between different manufacturers. The complete newcome to operational amplifier circuits, it is advised to start his work on the practical circuits by using internal compensators. This is the general purpose amplifiers are used in the amplification processes. Now the amplifications part is the amplifiers, it is the good majority of the operational amplifier amplifications. Now amplifier of the 741 have been industry standards for the number of years, but the time is writing several index. That is the general purpose amplifiers. That's from the input amplifiers are appearing to the markets. For example, Alpha 155, 255 or the 355. This is the example for the operational amplifiers. These amplifiers are the improvements over the 741, and it is made by the multiple functions applications says special case in the amplification processes. Now the characteristics of the data converters, input signals, power supply, and the also system requirements to determine the operational amplifiers for these processes. Now these amplifiers, it is an example temperature sensor outputs, it is a direct current or voltage, and the DC characteristics of signals are vital. That is the RF amplifications, it is the radio frequency is coupled with their DC characteristics of operational amplifiers. Then next point is the importance of buffering of the operational amplifiers. The operational amplifier, it interface the ADC, that is the overlook is buffering, that most ADC do not have the input voltage range that is matched to the range is present by the source area. There are some cases in the voltage source output matches the ADC, and the temptation is used in the delete the operational amplifier interfacings. Now the designer, it may be on to consider the buffer amplifiers between the two inputs and the converters. There are many reasons for the commons includes in the operational amplifiers. The order to gain experience by using the general purpose operational amplifiers, he will be better positioned to start designing and his own operational amplifiers circuits and might require the use of more specialized amplifiers to choose the amplifier types, and their design decisions are made easier to systematic approach to designing processes must first of clearly spell out the nature of amplification and its objectives of the influence of these objectives. The designing must be further like quite clear that it is understand to meaning the published amplifiers. The specifications is able to translate them into the meaningful designings of the buffer amplifiers or the operational amplifiers. Now we have to design the amplifiers. We have to knowledge for that basic points is the nature of the signals. Now this nature of the signals, that is a source of voltage or current, then what is the source impedance, what is the amplitude range of the input signals, and what can be time or frequency characterized of the input signals. Now then the nature of load, then what is the load impedance, what is the output voltage and current are required for the input impedance or the output impedance. It is possible to increase the output current capability of the amplifier by the addition of suitable booster amplifiers like as the nature of load resistance. Now next one is the to require the accuracy. What type of the degrees of accuracy it is required for amplification process of the input signals. Accuracy is most type of course is defined in the meaningful to applications with the respect to bands with DC offset and the other parameters required in the accuracies. Now the measurements of these complete requirements or the instrumentation systems and the accuracy, it must be related overall the system's accuracy, which can be mistake by the made by beginners is either to start design with the times it is more than the performance of errors, which is the greater accuracy than the that is the really required for that instruments. Now environmental conditions, the what is the maximum range of temperature, time and the supply voltage, that is the circuit it must be operate to be required accuracy without adjustments in the example for temperatures, humidity, mechanical vibrations and the presence of near sources of interference, noise and human environments. This is the examples for the selection criteria or the designing of operations. Now this is the load registers of the inputs are discussed in here. Then next part is the input sources or ended. Therefore the operational amplifiers interface to require the perform and the convergence of the output amplifiers. Then gain of the output open loop gain, it is denoted by the in decibels, that is the plus or minus beta. The convergence of these gains of the input impedance or the output impedance, it is the ohm, kilo ohm or the sorry, it is denoted by the decibels. Now third parameter is the bandwidth. The we have to choose the analog to digital converter that meets the systems it requires for the bandwidth. It is the first priority, and the power interface also come into the play, but the bandwidth of ADC has been determined by the amplifier. It can choose and the Nyquist or the sample is greater than twice to higher frequency of the interest of avoid aliasing. The Nyquist criteria of only important factor of these discussions, it is the how to much bandwidth is enough. It is far the more complicated in the operational amplifiers. It begins to the bandwidth and the board plot of the open loop response. These plots it is designed by the operational amplifiers of the loops here. Now the board open loop board plot of the operational amplifiers, it is plot the frequency versus gain of the op amps. For example, this axis it is the logarithmic of gain be plotted in the decibels, and only few points of the board plot can be approximately performance of the compensated voltage feedback operational amplifiers. This open loop gain of the DC and low frequencies, which is characterized by the horizontal lines, that means that the gain of constant with frequencies and the breakpoint of determined can be here. Now the frequency is the range of the bandwidth amplifiers board plot defines. The operating point of the op-amp is characterized curves. Operating point to a transistor, it is the operated anywhere to the left, and the underneath of the curve open loop gain. Operating of an operational amplifier in a region, it is near to the curve, that means can have unexpected results. These results are quite too different for the inverting and non-inverting amplifications process. Then What is the feedback of operational amplifiers? The operational amplifier, it is a closed loop configurations. This is general for feedback systems. It is applied to the operational amplifiers. The quantity is the open loop gain, and the quantity A beta, which is also is the loop gain. There is the shown by the here gain is equal to A beta. Now the closed loop load plot. The closed loop load plot is the A by is the A plus 1 plus A beta is the logarithmic scale. It's the divisions by complex subtractions quantities. Therefore, the low frequency of internal compensations, it is the breakpoints, and the closed loop gain, it is a 110 dB minus 70 dB, that is thus 40 dB. This is the gain by increased bandwidth. Instead of the constant gain line, it is breaking to the internal compensation frequencies. It is interest about the 50 kilohertz. This frequency gain, it is the bandwidth is linear functions to the gain bandwidth products. The gain bandwidth products, it is interest when the small gain bandwidths or the small signal bandwidth of amplifiers, it is depend on the gain. Then this frequency of signal interest, it is multiplied by the gain, that must be the gain bandwidth products. Now next point is the closed loop bandwidth. The closed loop bandwidth, it is noted that point of the inverting amplifiers and the non-inverting amplifiers. It is noted that the point inverting non-inverting amplifiers, that is the gain, actual gain of functions, it is both closed loop gains. It designs, it is the not familiar that because it must be causes the contribution from open loop gain is also negligible. The implication of this fact are discussed in the sections. It is a non-inverting closed loop. Non-inverting closed loop amplifier gain stages, the gain can be calculated here. RG is the gain register and RF is the feedback register. Now this gain is equal to 1 plus RF upon R1. Now second one is the non-inverting stage with loop broken. The quantity of proportional output voltage is fed back to the inputs and defines the non-inverting loop closed loop gain. The point at which closed loop gain intersects the open loop gain, it curves the operational amplifier is the closed loop, which is also determined here. The gain bandwidth product is equal to non-inverting closed loop gain into closed loop bandwidth. That designs for the familiar and the expression, but it should be keep mind in that approximation of the infinite loop gain, it is also possible for that the non-inverting closed loop gain. Then the second point is inverting closed loop gain. The inverting closed loop gain, it is a product from the non-inverting gain stages. These operational gain amplifiers, it is the exact gain can be calculated here. It is the RF minus RF upon R1. It is the open loop gain inverting gain stages. It is the amplification of gain bandwidths products and the inverting gain stage. When the inverting configurations is used in the operational amplifiers, the gain is affected by the gain resistance RF, that is the feedback resistors, and gain resistance. We can diagram here like as gain versus the frequency. Gain is from decibel frequency hertz, that is the 80 or the 1K frequency, it is matched here, that is the gain margins of the 40 dB safety margins, like as the this is the inverting gain stage here. Now second is the bandwidth. We have to find out the bandwidth of inverting and non-inverting amplifiers, frequency versus gain. It is this frequency is constant. This frequency increases also, gain is constant. This part is the gain loss due to inverting feedback components, and the increases frequency, it is also decreases gain. This part is the resulting loss of bandwidth here. This is called as the unity gain stage. That is the gain resistance is equal to feedback resistance. It is gain is reduced by one half, that is the half parts. This effect is calculated by the open loop board plots. It is also drawn from the horizontal lines. The gain of this points is the frequency is break. The drop diagonal line is parallel to the original loops, which is the 0 dB axis here. Then the amplification inverting amplifier of the gain, it is the half of the input signal, it is fed back. It is similar to the non-inverting gains of 2. Now next is the gain bandwidth products or gain bandwidth margins. The gain bandwidth it is a practice for the gain bandwidth product. It is a 40 dB, a good safety margins which ensures the error to open loop characteristics here. This frequency, it is a 1 megahertz operational amplifiers and gain is the 40 dB. It is desired for these frequencies and it is required for the high speed op-amp can be required. The reasons of the 40 dB safety margins, it can be both inverting and the non-inverting gain configurations. There is dependence on the open loop gains and closed loop gain. It is a calculation for the 40 dB in the difference between closed loop and the open loop gain. The inverting and non-inverting gains, it is the error of order 0.01%. It is the safety margin for the decreased 20 dB gain and the error of order 2% of the subsequent gain errors can be avoided here. This is the diagrams for the gain bandwidth product. Input versus output. The input is the voltage supplies and the gain bandwidth products in megahertz. It is the more than the accuracy is needed for the safety margin, it should be increased. Then the op-amp of the high gain bandwidth products, at its lower gains can to do this. The accuracy is important for the considerations of this noise, and the op-amp is operated, the lower gain is greater than the operated of high gain accuracy. That is the increases dramatically of the safety margin. It is also increased here. The safety margin is the 60 dB and the gain of this, it is a very small, near to the 0.0001%. Now next is the gain bandwidth. The gain bandwidth is it shows the across the full VDD range, that is the input voltage range, can be avoided here. It is the unwanted signals of the Earth's loop. Then slew rate. The slew rate, it is a signal without distortion due to the insufficient, and it must be maximum SR of the signals. Then the maximum is crossing 0. It's the SR is the 2 pi FV. Frequency V is the voltage signal to noise ratio. It is slew rate. It is a plus or minus indicates here. That is a negative transistor or the positive transistor. That means the magnitude of this, take the magnitude of these conditions, that is the same as that of the SR plus or SR minus. The primary factor of the slew rate, it must be amplifications in the internal compensation capacitors that must be added to the op-amp unity gain is a stable. This is the operational amplifier, which is the capacitors without internal compensations of the capacitor. It is the parasitic capacitance. It is also used as the operational amplifiers. It is the non-compensated resistors. Then next one is the noise and bits. The noise and bits expected in the degrades the performance of buffer operational amplifier A to C converter combinations. The sections describe the degradations. Op-amp amplifier datasheets have the different ways of expressing the noise. Unfortunately, these noise specifications lap in the some cases of the noise. Then the noise characteristics, it is graphically denoted in the portion of graph. It is valid for the frequency noise portions and it is proportional to the inverse of frequency. It's a 1 upon f. For example, noise graph is the operational amplifiers. This is the graph for noise and beats equivalent to the input noise voltages. The last way in the combine it as a harmonic distortion plus the noise. The designer is left with the responsibility of determining the best methods to specifying this noise, and the bandwidth is broad. The first method may be best event there is not separate THD specifications. Now, signal to noise ratio is a formula for input versus output of the input gains and the output gains. Then, next part is the selection of processes amplifiers. The selection of processes amplifiers, it is a general purpose amplifier. If it can meet the desired performance requirements, it's likely to be best choice of amplifier types. The use of general purpose operational amplifier is not possible. It is generally because the limitations encountered two areas, that is the DC offset and the drift performance. The DC offset or the DC and the low frequency applications, it is the operational amplifiers is concerned with the slowly varying signals, and the knowledge of DC level of the signal is very important. That is the applications for it is the amplifier offset voltage. Bias current drift parameters are largely influence the final selection of the amplifiers. The non-inverting feedback, it is the performance requirements it allows. It is usually best for processing the signals from voltage sources and the high input impedance, which is minimize the loading errors. It is obtained by amplifier input offset voltage and drift. Then the voltage is summing applications, isolations. Then the applications of the selection processes, the input signal are essentially currents applied to the current source. Invariably, the inverting amplifier configurations. In such applications, the amplifier bias current and the drift, it is the determined to DC errors. Then the offset and drift specifications to design the must himself how much offset and drift error can be tolerated. This questions that it is related to the input signal levels and the required accuracies. To amplify the manipulate DC input signals, suppose 1 volt with the accuracy is 0.1 volt and the offset error it must be 1 millivolt or less. That the offset error is the combination of effects of the amplifiers, the input offset voltage and the bias current. Values are made the initial values plus drift. This is the initial offset can be balanced out the suitable trimming arrangements here. Then high frequency applications. The high frequency applications, it is a significant point relating to the selection of amplifiers for amplifying or manipulating continuous sinusoidal signals, complex or random waves. It what closed loop bandwidth is required and the what loop gain beta A or the unity gain is required. That's why then next one is the attenuation to external circuit details. The attenuations, it is important it is not degrade performance by the improper attention to the external circuit details. Then in this place the full capabilities of those amplifiers, it is neglect the possible errors or to amplify the attention in detail that has gone into the design of amplifiers course wastage to the extra money that has been paid for the high performance amplifiers. Some practical external circuit in details requiring the attention are two outlines. The experienced electrons designer will already be aware of the importance of the physical layouts of the circuits. Then, operational amplifier circuits in common with most other electronic circuits. It gives best results in the some care is taken in the physical arrangement of the external parts of circuits. Now, next selection criteria is the avoiding unwanted signals. The avoiding unwanted signals, it is a practical operational circuits, disturbances that are not anyway suggested by the circuit diagrams. If the sources of such disturbances are identified and understood their ill effects, it is not completely avoidable, can be considered reduced by the use of measures, and the greater attentions can be here. Then earth loops. The earth loops is the electronic systems. It separates eaching of the individual units that can be here. Thermocouple effect. The thermocouple effect, it is uncounted to the external connections to amplifier is thermocouple voltage, which is greater for the difference in between these parts. Then slew rates. The slew rates is the dealing of ADC inputs. It is joined to here of the low pass filters can used here. Then this parts is the added the interface of noise shielding and the guardings. The unwanted alternating signals can be introduced into the input of amplifier. It is a capacitive coupling or the via inductive couplings. Take for example of inverting amplifiers is this the inputs parts and the DC leakage paths can find heated guarding. Then this loop stability, it is the suitable precautions is not observed that become unstable and oscillates results of the feedback loops. These factors governing the closed loop stability and the methods used for frequency compensating amplifiers. Then circuit amplifications. The circuit amplifications, it is the voltage of exponential decay times to largest current is used here. There are the main parts of the setting times. We can set the times of amplifiers is likewise here's analog inputs is the delay times or the digital change inputs voltage or the output voltages. Now setting time, it is the main part of the action of capacitors. It is a degree of ringing and the slew rate analog voltage can be changed here. The transition is the sample for voltage levels to the action of output voltage for the analog to digital converters. This is the input biasing currents. It is in only inverting amplifiers. If input is applied, then the feedback is used. It is a non-inverting amplifiers. Then the analog to digital converter, that is the input voltage plus output voltage is added here. You can to find out the parameters of op-amp. It is the input offset voltage, power supply, power and ground planes, input output voltage range. This is the main parts of the operational amplifiers of the circuits.